Welcome to this Balanced Body Reformer video featuring not only one aligner, but two. You'll have a perfectly good experience if you just have one aligner available. You can use it between your upper inner thighs in either orientation, any orientation that's comfortable for you. And you can also use an aligner between your inner knees in the narrow setting or the wider setting. For this exercise of feet in straps, I suggest 2 red springs. I have 2 red springs on the lower deck. Enjoy it. Let's use the aligners to enhance feet in straps. I've got 2 red springs. They're on the lower deck, and the feet are in the short loops. If you have your feet in the longer loops, there won't be so much tug in terms of range of motion. If you have your feet in the shorter loops, that makes the spring resistance a little bit stronger. I'm going to start with one aligner between the upper inner thighs, and the other aligner, it's just waiting in the wings to be called into use. Bending both knees, bringing your heels in the direction of your sitting bones, and then anchor your sacrum as you extend your knees. We'll take 4 of these, one end, 2 end, aiming your pubic bone down in the direction of the carriage. Now rotate, turn all toes and both knees to the right, so that you steer your knees towards your right shoulder, keeping the left side of your pelvis, the left hemipelvis, on the carriage. Rotate in the other direction, all toes, both knees, they aim left towards the left shoulder as the back of the right pelvis stays in contact with the carriage. We'll change now to straight knee arcs. Neither knee bends, both knees are extended, and I'll add the aligner lengthwise between the knees, drawing down and up. As your feet come towards the ceiling, aim your pubic bone down to the carriage. One more of these. Probably exhale as you lower towards the foot bar. Turn all toes, both knees to the right, aiming your toes up and over your right shoulder. The aligners are here to keep you honest, all toes, both knees to the left, and to enhance the action of your adductors, and that in turn enhances the activation of your deep abdominals and makes the motion of the pelvic outlet tissues, the pelvic floor, more accurate. Now, just rearrange your aligners so that one can go between your feet and the other can go between your knees. It's a short spine stretch. Pike. Scoop in above your pubic bone, peel your pelvis and spine up. Lift your sitting bones higher as you bend your knees. Roll down your spine and press your feet out. Turn all toes, both knees to the right, pike. Peel your pelvis and spine up, standing high between your shoulder blades. Lift your sitting bones as you bend your knees towards your right shoulder and roll down your spine. Keeping your pelvis level and fairly steady, turn all toes, both knees to the left, pike. Hug the aligners with your inner ankles and your inner knees, rolling up. Even though your knees are turning left, keep your gaze directly towards the aligner between your knees and roll down your spine. Now pause and What's coming next is going to be a form of the magician exercise from the trapeze table, but the magician exercise on the reformer carriage. So taking liberties with the term magician, it's as close as the phrase, the name that I could get to this. We'll start with the one aligner between the upper inner thighs. The other aligner is just waiting in the wings for its turn. Pike. Scoop in above your pubic bone and peel your pelvis and spine up as if you were going to do the short spine stretch. But instead of rolling your spine down to the carriage, bend your knees. Now put additional ground force into your shoulder blades on the carriage and extend your hips, lifting your pelvis up, extending your knees so that you have a long diagonal from the shoulder stops to your heels, and then descend gradually towards the carriage. Again, this time with the rotation to the right. All toes, both knees to the right, aiming your left sitting bone towards the right, pike. Scoop in above your pubic bone, peel your pelvis and spine up. Sitting bones aim up to the ceiling, bending both knees towards the right shoulder rest. Extend the lumbar region, extend your hips, and descend gradually. Rotation in the hip joint, the hip socket, all toes, both knees to the left, pike. Pressing your inner thighs against the aligner, that enhances your ability to roll up. While you're up, knee extension, hip extension, revel in your long diagonal and roll down gradually. Now it's possible and useful to do the similar sequence, but this time with the aligner between your inner knees. Get a grip, so to speak, and pike. Scoop in, roll up. Lifting your sitting bones higher, bend your knees towards your forehead, the sides of your head. Lift your sitting bones as you extend your knees. Celebrate your balance of forces and roll down gradually. Pike, both knees, all toes to the right. Scoop in above your pubic bone. Roll up to stand high between your shoulder blades. Lift your sitting bones as your knees go towards the shoulder rest. Get a ground force between your shoulder blades as you extend. Roll down your spine. And last one of these, rotate left, all toes, both knees left. Long on your right waist, aiming your right sitting bone to the left. Peel your pelvis and spine up. As you bend both knees towards your left shoulder, press between your shoulder blades into the carriage. Extend both knees. And a slow descent. Take the aligner out. They have both done a great job to enhance the accuracy and the efficacy of this exercise, and then make your way out of the loops. Thanks for practicing this sequence with me. For more material, go to video.pilates.com. There you'll find an hour and 20 minutes worth of material on the reformer, featuring the aligners. See you there.